This is a really nice sounding chord. It's a D minor 7. It's an open chord. Now remember, we call them open chords because they generally are sort of in the first position, what we would call the first position, down here, right? Closer to the nut, right? And they would generally incorporate some open strings, i.e. strings that you are not fingering. So, you know, like with the G, remember the G? We're not fingering any of those middle ones, right? So we're not fingering the D or the G string or the B string, right, in this case, right? So those are open strings, it's an open chord. Right, this is a lovely open chord, the D minor 7, and it's an essential one for you to pick up because of what it will help you transition to. Just trust, just bear with, okay? So the way that you can play this, let's get you setting this up, right? So you remember it's these D chords, they use the D string, yeah? Remember the D string, we've learnt that. Open. So the top two bass strings are always X'd. We don't play them. D string open. And then all the fingering happens on the bottom three. Now that's the case with the D, that's the case with the D dominant 7 we learned, that's the case with the D minor we learned, that's the case with the D6 we learned, that's the case with the D major 7 we learned. And there's a little bar there for you, 3-string bar, that D major 7, and that would have been giving you a lot of practice already, you know. Remember to support it with your thumb. It all comes from support back here, right? Now, the D minor 7 happens down here. So you would bar the E and B strings at the first fret, right? Got it? So you've got them, and now this is the lovely part. Take your finger two, your middle finger, right, and get that on the G string at the second fret. You got that? And then we play the D string open and then everything downwards from there, right? And that is a D minor 7. And you can see what it does in relation to the D7, the D minor, right? So there's your D minor 7. If you play a D minor, listen to the difference between that and the D minor 7. Can you hear that you're starting to set up one of those descending movements, you know, that while my guitar gently weeps kind of sound feeling, right? And you know, you kind of want to go do 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 do. You want to go all the way down them steps, right? But we're not, we're just in the D minor 7 land. And this is great, you know, because you're holding a partial bar, right, by these two strings, and you're having to do something else with your fingers. So unlike, say, the D major 7, where you could put all of that pressure there in that one place, and you didn't have to like spread the concentration of push down on the other fingers. This will be harder perhaps because, you know, for your new fingers, right, you're doing all this work here, but you're having to allocate strength over to this finger too, right? D minor 7. And, you know, let's run through the tab. It's an XX0 2 1 1, XX0 2 1 1, D minor 7. And it's just a lovely sounding This is what would happen with just a D minor. Which is fine, but it's got another kind of colour to it. So you know, as the writer, or whatever, however your approach to guitar is. I approach it as a writer, you know, choices, toolbox, D-7. And this is an important transitional chord for other matters. So just trust me on this. Learn this one, and this will get you 2/3 of the way there to a great breakthrough, okay? Because you're sharing muscle strength now between a bar and another finger, right? So you've got this going on. And basically what I'm hinting at here is you'll have this happening, the D-7, and then you'll bring in a third finger for a different chord completely. Don't worry about that yet. Let's get the D-7 done. See you soon.